Call meeting order. Pledge of allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
President
Here.
Vice President Everard, absent.
That's cool.
Treasurer Gaten, running late. Secretary Fritz,
Here.
Trustee Thomas,
I am here.
Trustee Zimmerman,
Present.
and Trustee Wazor. Yes.
All right. We want to recess to the public hearing. So I need someone to consider giving me the motion to recess.
I move that
You want to read this?
oh,
Right on it. It says recess.
okay.
4.1.
Oh, 4.1, I move consideration of a motion to recess for the purpose of a public hearing of the fiscal year 2025 combined annual budget and appropriation ordinance 24-1036.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second that.
Thank you. So moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Trustee Zimmerman,
Yes.
Trustee Thomas,
Yes.
Secretary Fritz,
Yes.
and President
Yes. Okay, so we are now in the public hearing section. We need public comments for any comments for the year 2024 combined annual budget and appropriation ordinance number 24-1036. Is there anybody out there?
So there's no members of the public, with the exception of Ron, who's out there. And there's no one in the boardroom.
Nope, nobody that I see. So no comments or anything, so we're gonna go ahead and do the motion to close public hearing.
I'll make
Matt, you
that
wanna-
motion, consideration of a motion to close public hearing and reconvene regular meeting.
Great, thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Pat, the moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Trustee Zimmerman,
Yes.
Trustee Thomas,
Yes.
Secretary Fritz,
Yes.
and President
Yes. Thank you. Okay, we got through that. Now we're 5.0.
We reconvened, we closed, we need to
Oh,
reconvene
reconvene, you're
here
right.
to this meeting now.
Yep, so now we gotta go back into the regular.
Motion to
So,
reconvene.
we need a motion to reconvene.
Oh.
Sean, wanna make a motion to reconvene?
Make a motion, for consideration, to reconvene. Close the public hearing and reconvene regular meeting.
Well, we closed the one and now we're reconvening this one.
Yeah, we're just reconvening the regular meetings.
Yes.
We gotta,
I'll second it.
thank you, Linda. The movement and seconded, go ahead.
President
Yes.
Secretary Fritz,
Yes.
Trustee Thomas,
Yes.
and Trustee Zimmerman.
Okay, now we reconvene
Now we're here.
in the regular meeting, so. Okay, now we'll move on to public comments number 1 in the regular meeting. Hearing none. We'll go to new business. We need to review the regular meeting agenda for our meeting. So, anybody have any comments or questions on the,
There are a few of the items on other board business we'll talk about in closed session.
right,
They're up for action.
those would be the other board business, yeah, okay. Anything in the consent agenda? Anybody have any questions? Any license agreements for the housing? Intergovernmental agreements, for getting a license? I think we talked about that. Well, if anybody has any questions after they get a look at it, then, I can always pull it before next meeting. There are no changes in the agenda. We should be good there, I think. So we'll go to executive directors.
Hey, I've got a few things just to update everyone on. We're gonna have a DCNL committee meeting, the third meeting, and that'll take place next Tuesday following the regular meeting. And, in your packet, you've got a report, and I've had, since this went out last Friday, a few more updates that staff have provided, and we continue to review, so we'll discuss that, but the intent is that we, will discuss it and then action this forward to acceptance. And then I can make any changes. So if you see anything prior to then, let me know and I can modify. And then during the meeting, then I can, make any modifications to the recommendations. It basically just gives a whole, as we talked about at the last meeting, of the efficiencies and the work that we're doing with all the partnerships. But in the back, it is some recommendations related to unfunded mandates that we had in our workshop meeting, as well as some other areas for efficiency, suggestions and improvements. And so pay particular attention to those areas of how I've worded that, and to see, you know, that's what we're determining if there's concurrence, with that.
And then we disband that committee after that, correct?
So we'll have, we'll close the meeting, and then, the meeting will also approve the minutes of the last DC annual meeting, and then in March, we'll go in and out like we did tonight with our public hearing. The board here will disband the committee, and then, but I'll be able to, if the board's in concurrence, I will send the report to the county and file that after next Tuesday night.
Right.
So that's on that. There is also a legislative, so if any board member wants to attend a legislative breakfast with myself on Friday, the 23rd, it will be at the Vernon Hills Park District. So our legislators, I've asked which of McHenry County legislators are going to be present. I do not know yet, but that breakfast is taking place. In your folder, we've got the general use ordinance that was approved. So that's your copy, and that's required that we make these pamphlets as part of the compliance. And it was published in the newspaper. So thank you to marketing and our police department for getting that all together. The Environmental Defenders is hosting their annual dinner. And so please let me know if any trustee is interested in attending this program. It's on Sunday. It's earlier this year. And let's see, I'm looking for the date here on this, on the March 3rd. So March 3rd. And it goes from 3 o'clock to about 7 o'clock. So if anybody's interested in going, please let me know. Another event, the McConnell Ball, with the McConnell, W.A. McConnell Foundation. That is on April 13th from 7 to 10. So it'd be nice to maybe have the district have some representation at that event. And McHenry County, National McHenry County has their new award-winning guide out for this year on a variety of places to visit, both conservation district, agritourism, and our local restaurants and craft breweries and all the main things here in McHenry County. And landscapes is out, spring landscapes, so camp registration, that's off the ground, and registrations and certain camps are filling up, which is awesome. And yes, spring's right around the corner here, right? So Chris, do you want to talk maybe about the historic preservation meeting? I was gonna leave that if you wanted to talk about that, or
Yeah, please jump in anytime. Basically, we met on Monday night here with, the Historical Society representatives from the McHenry County Historical Society, Friends of the McConnell, is that what they call it?
McConnell, W.A. McConnell Foundation.
Foundation, yeah. Who else was there?
Historic Preservation Commission.
Right,
And the McHenry County Historical Society, and then the landmarks, which is out of McHenry.
right, okay. So basically, we discussed, well, we gave a presentation, Amy Peters gave a great presentation of, the structures that we're focusing on, the four properties. And, which are, remind me what four properties.
The McConnell Farm
In
out in
Richmond.
Richmond, the Fox Bluff Camp Algonquin in southeast McHenry County, and Cary, the Brookdale campus with Kennedy,
That's right.
Waystate Road, and then the Glacial Park properties, we've got the Weidrich Barn and the Powers Walker.
So most of the meeting took place, most of the people that were here were from the McConnell Foundation. So they would like to meet with us again somehow. So what I suggested is we're gonna form a committee from our board. And then the representations are done and get together. I'm not really sure what they didn't really say what they were thinking. We said, I guess, so.
No, we had entertained the idea that would they have the capacity maybe to take on the project and maybe.
As a whole, and then we sit back and get a license or a lease with them.
How long have they been in existence?
It's not a long time.
Not a long time, they're relatively
So they
new.
got no,
No,
that's important.
yeah,
Right.
right. Well, and I think I made it pretty clear that we didn't either, so.
That kind of foundation, I
Yeah.
got.
So,
Yeah, I mean, you gotta start somewhere.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
doing the dance, and see what happens.
Yeah, but they seem some energy, and there was the Friends of McConnell Foundation that started up at the very beginning with that master plan when it was in place and the board adopted that, and that never materialized to what was envisioned. This is kind of a new group that's come together, and they are having some successes, at least at presence, and there is some overlap with the commission. But yes, it's all gonna be in the philanthropy side and the ability to raise money to help.
But one hopeful thing was possibly getting our foundation involved with them, because they are very good in grants writing and different funding that way, so possibly between the groups, they can come up with something. So you never know.
And we did kind of, the Fox Club, I think that's the determination of our priorities from staff's conversation that we've had. I mean, again, we have a commitment to all these areas, the Glacial Park, Powers Walker, Weidrich Barn. We've already put those into kind of standard operating procedures. They're part of our campus, so they're in our plans. There's a use for it. The Fox Bluff is something that's an opportunity that we have as a priority. It's also probably posed very appropriately so for some funding on some state grants from OSLAD and the park grant because of the recreational component, not tomorrow, but something we have to work towards. And then the Kennedy, just the discussion, some, had some inquiry to, is there an opportunity that it would be leased out or to somebody that's interested in that as a home? And,
Yeah, we could.
again,
somehow design-
hello?
Yeah, we could somehow either do a lease or through some type of, I don't know, use sale, but somehow we divide it off that piece of property and then as long as they keep it up in good repair, so it looks good, because that's what our main concern is, just keeping it in historical perspective and up in repair. So there's ways we can possibly do something. So anyways, that's what we're working on with that, so, and then anything we come up with, we'll definitely bring back to the board and decide what we want to do. But in the meantime, they did get somebody out there to shore up that roof. So we don't have any estimates on a new roof or anything yet, so we're waiting to hear about that. So at least it's,
Oh, they patched it on.
Yeah, they were able to-
Who did that? We had that or they had it?
we did.
Oh,
Well, staff did.
Yeah, oh, okay.
I believe it was,
Newman?
yes, it was Newman. It's a contractor, a roofing contractor we have under like a general contract in the event that we have something
An
happen.
emergency or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Good, so anyway, that's in good shape that way. Anything else that you wanted to bring up? All right, we'll move on to public comments number 2.0. There's someone out there we know, we don't know
I think they went away.
Yes, okay.
No idea.
All right, well then we might as well, get a motion, entertain a motion to go into executive session.
A motion to go into executive session.
So we have a second.
I second.
Dave moved and seconded.
Trustee Thomas?
Yes.
Trustee Zimmerman?
Yes.
Secretary Fritz?
Yes.
And President Dom?
Yes.
Okay, it's 5:18. All right,
Or did we?
there is no action after executive session this evening when we come back in.
Right,
We
right.
do have a meeting next Tuesday night.
Okay, we are back to the regular meeting and for reconvene, so we'll take roll call.
Excuse me, President Dom?
Yes, I'm here.
Treasurer Gaten?
Here.
Secretary Fritz?
Here.
Trustee Thomas?
Yes.
Trustee Zimmerman?
Present.
Okay. Now may I have a motion for adjournment?
I'll make that motion for adjournment.
Okay, Ray second, or someone second over there? But Ray now second.
Secretary Fritz?
Yes.
Trustee Thomas?
Yes.
Trustee Zimmerman?
Yes.
Treasurer Gaten?
Yes.
And President Dom?
Yes, we're adjourned.